That doesn't sound good.
Who's that New Balance girl? Next to Molly.
New Balance girl next to Molly.
Two.
Molly?
They're right.
Record. All right. I think let's see if it comes up on here. If it should show up on here. If it's we're live.
We are live.
Okay.
All right, finally, about almost 5K into the race.
I know, right? Let's see. Man, this is really poor quality video.
So, pack, there's probably about 15 runners in there still, coming up to 4,800, 3 miles.
Let's see if we can get this in here.
Oh, I don't care about being on
Nah,
camera.
you gotta be in here too. You gotta be in here too. Can be just me. All
Oh,
right.
it looks like there's a delay.
There's definitely a delay,
Okay.
but that's fine. Whatever. This
No, it's-
will be better because it's kind of like.
Yeah.
But yeah, they can hear us on this. That's perfect.
Okay. Pack has, about 13 to 14. Kim Connolly's chasing, trying to bring them back in. She had to stop to fix the heel of her shoe, got pushed off. Oh, Tara Welling's actually falling off the pack there. That's kind of a surprise. But from what we hear, it's about 70, high 70s out there, so it's still pretty warm for this type of race. But Molly Huddle and Alpine have been taking this race the entire way, pretty much. Setting the pace for all these girls. Ladies, sorry.
I'm gonna post this really quickly.
Came through 5K, I'd say around 16:10. 16, around there. That last lap there was 77. So we've been clicking off 76 to 78 pretty much most of the race. Pack of 5 have a little bit of gap there, but you can see Kellen Taylor closing that gap, and they're going to take a commercial break, I think. Laura Thweet's still there. The next lap that is completed, 5,600, was 76. Still same pack going. Puts him at 18:03 for 5,600.
All right. Okay. Just put it out there. Hopefully, we'll get people watching. I don't know.
Fix my hair.
Yeah, so this is women's 10K. Molly Huddle from the start just really took it out. Kind of like how she does in road races, right? I mean,
Yeah.
She usually just gets out there, runs her own race. I think that's what she was doing today. I think she just is telling herself, I'm going to get out there and make everyone hurt.
PR-wise, she is the class of this field. I mean, she did get nipped at the line last year by Emily Enfield at Worlds, but she definitely is a step ahead of these girls in terms of ability.
Yeah, but I mean, they're a step ahead, but they're all right on her, to be honest. You know, I mean,
there's a group of 6 developing right now. They just have a small split to see if anybody else behind them responds. I think Laura Thweet might be the next person there. But Kellen goes out to get some water. But we got Molly Huddle, Alphine, Emily Enfield, Jordan Hesse, Kellen Taylor, and then Marielle Hall, top 6.
yeah, and from what I've been hearing, Kellen's been having some pretty incredible workouts up here in Flagstaff. She's in great shape. I'm sure she's also really fired up after the Olympic trials and the marathon, where I think she felt she could make the team.
Yeah.
And maybe made some tactical mistakes.
Yeah, and she seems to be running smart today, just sitting with that group, getting pulled along. Top group is about to come through 6K. 19:18 with the 75. That's the fastest lap of the race so far.
So they're picking it up.
So that's why the pace or the girls behind the top 6 are strung out. 7th place is Laura Thweet, still chasing.
She's making a little bit of ground up. Marielle Hall moved up from back of the pack into 3rd place. I think she's anticipating maybe a bigger move. Going to commercial now, but let's keep talking about the race. I mean,
Got
So-
some live splits here. So Rochelle
Yeah.
Canuho, she was right behind Laura. Kim Connolly still chasing. She's just 2 seconds, 3 seconds behind the main pack. Caitlin Gregg right behind her, and Tara Wellings a bit further back.
Kim Conley. So I'm sure people watching saw, but yeah, she had a bit of a flat tire. It looked like, so she pulled off on the side and tried to fix her shoe and catch back up. But is she? How far back from the pack is she now?
She was only 3 seconds behind.
Oh,
at 6K,
wow.
So
Wow.
she's closing in pretty good.
Yeah, really making the gradual move, which is smart. You know, you don't want to do it all at once.
Yeah.
But I mean, it has been a few laps now where she hasn't caught up to them. So
Yeah.
unless she has a group to work with, maybe sometimes it is better just to get up there and be behind people. You know.
Yeah. I mean, she's catching runners one at a time, but that's not always the easiest way to run when the front pack is working together and pulling away like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really easy to say she just get up there when you got Molly Huddle up front throwing down a 75, 6K into the race. So, you know, it's a tough race, and Molly's not making this, not keeping people around that
Yeah.
she doesn't want. So, let's see. I'm gonna go to the YouTube comments here and see if we can. We have 18 watching.
Ooh,
20
awesome.
20 people watching. Great.
Thanks, guys.
There's a chat, I believe. I'll say something here in the chat. Hey everybody, thanks for watching.
6,400. It was a 76. Molly Huddle still leading. Same group, top 5, top 6 runners together. Kim Connolly 3 seconds back.
Can we turn the volume down and listen a little bit at Town Miss?
Yeah.
It's like almost a little, not distracting, but just, yeah.
And for those of you who are interested, they're almost 7K into the race, and they've only cut away for commercials for 6.5 minutes.
So it's not bad. I mean, so yesterday there was a thread on advanced running on Reddit, a subreddit, and they analyzed the coverage of the 10K, and they found that they showed only half of the race, 13 minutes and 55 seconds of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so they show like I think
That's barely half, but not even half.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, it was half for Galen,
Right.
but for everyone else, yeah, like not even close. And on top of that, they just kept missing big moves
Yeah,
and missing guys that were dropping out. I mean, they mentioned Legop, but they didn't really mention Hassan Mead,
right.
Eric Jenkins. I mean, just some. Oh, here we go. We're back at the race. Looks like it's separated even further. It looks like there's only about 4 girls up front now.
Yeah, it looks like they have
5.
5 girls just through 7K there, I believe.
Looks like Jordan's the one that fell off. Jordan
Okay.
Hesse.
So Molly Huddle, Alphine, Marielle Hall, Kellen Taylor, and Emily Infield are your top 5 right now.
Yeah, and just from looking at these athletes right now, it really looks like Emily is just on a training run, man. She is just tucked in behind, hasn't done any work, riding the rail. Marielle Hall looking pretty composed as well.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Kellen maybe tucked in a little bit more, but
Yeah, she's been running the outside lane, won the whole race.
yeah, which really adds up over 25 laps.
Yeah.
But Molly still looking strong, still just cranking away. Do we have any splits on that?
7,200 to 75, so that's the fastest lap of the race so far.
Another 75. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So she's
And then you
really
see
ratcheting it
Stephanie
down.
Bruce getting lapped right there, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, it's tough coming back from a couple babies,
Yeah.
back to back. But yeah, so Molly again had a little bit of a gap for a second, but they closed on her.
Mm-hmm.
Emily Infeld, it's incredible what she's been doing. She, I think, was hurt again after this indoor season, and had some issues, and people were worried if she was going to be able to make it back for the trials.
Yep.
But just like last year, she was hurt on that same time and able to come back and able to compete again. And she's a threat, man. If she's healthy, she's a threat. And looks like Molly put some
Emily
pace in
makes
here.
a small move.
Yeah,
She makes sure she's in contact.
Yeah, looks like the runner
Alphine.
Alphine got a little sort of get dropped a little bit, but it seems like Molly's definitely picked up the pace.
Yeah, this next lap is going to be pretty quick from what I can tell.
And
Oh no, it's about a 76.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have been 76, but maybe that was with a surge 200 meters
Yeah.
after it. But it seemed like they strung out for a minute. I mean, and they dropped
Kellen's
Kellen.
dropping back a little bit. Kim Connolly, if anybody's wondering, is about 12 seconds back, so she's not making up any more ground.
Yeah, right now it looks like I'll say out of all the athletes, people that look the most calm and reserved are Molly, Marielle, and Emily.
Yeah.
Um,
Alphine looks like she is working.
she's working hard to stay up there.
And
All right, and
to
then
the discus.
we went to the discus, but we'll keep giving you guys splits. Inform me what's going on here.
Yeah, it'll be coming up to 8K pretty soon.
Yeah, so I mean, 8K. I mean, so Nick, I mean, you read some 10Ks before. 8K into a race, especially when someone's grinding it out like that from the, from fast race from the start. What's that like? What are you thinking there?
I've only run two good 10Ks on the track. When I was doing it the first time, it was like I was too focused on the first 2 miles, and then finally the middle 2 miles, I fell asleep and just got pulled along. The last 2 miles, I was just aggressive, just trying to chew people up, just pass and pass and pass. At a race like this at USA's, where like the pack whittles down so much, it's so hard to stay like focused if you're not with that front group. I gotta say, these girls are probably thinking that okay, just maintain contact until the last 1,200 meters, and just from that point on, just be ready to push as hard as they can.
Yeah, I mean, I also bet some of the girls are thinking, hopefully Molly's pace can just drop somebody, because they have to be aware there's only 4 of them.
Right.
So it's really a question of who's going to break first, right? Who's going to break? Because, once someone breaks in a 10K, around 8K, 9K into the race, they're probably done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the most part.
As you can see from the races last night, people who got dropped, they dropped hard.
Yeah.
A few went to the track, they dropped out, and it was a brutal race in these warm conditions.
Yeah, I think maybe in cooler conditions, people might be able to rally, but I think once you overheat, I mean, I've had that experience myself. Once you hit that your upper temperature limit of your body, there's really not much you can do. And we've seen the break here now.
Oh, yeah.
It's Molly, Marielle, and Emily. Now the question is just who's going to be the champion here.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 looking really good.
Really smooth.
Really smooth. Kim Conley we just heard just dropped out. Big bummer. When you have a flat tire like that, there's no way you can prevent it. It just happens.
Yeah. She's probably just going to be conservative to save herself for the 5K later this week.
Exactly. But
they come through 8,400 and 26:53, 1 mile to go.
What was that split? The lap split?
75:05.
Yeah. So I mean, this is just a race of attrition here. Molly hasn't really put in too many big moves as far as we can tell, but it was enough to drop. Edie? Sorry, I keep thinking
Alphine.
Alphine. I don't know why I keep thinking Edie. Oh my gosh, Alphine. Alphine, what's your last name again?
Tuliamuk.
Alphine Tuliamuk. I'm sorry, I've never seen a race before, so I'm unfamiliar with the name. I apologize.
I met her at the U.S. half earlier. Yeah, that's the only reason why I know her.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe it's the 25K, but either way.
Yeah,
Kellen's moving up.
Kellen Taylor is moving up into 4th place. Don't know how far back she is right now. Can you see any splits on that?
She put in a 78, so she's still losing ground on the
losing
front
ground.
girls.
Okay, but maybe when you pass somebody, it kind of gives you some fire in your
and you never know. We saw Bernard; he fell off the front group of top 3. So maybe if Kellen just maintains, like she might be able to catch one of the girls if they blow up.
Very true. So I mean, yeah, Emily seems to be taking the lead now, somewhat. Yep, I think she's. Oh well, no, Molly kind of just
want to let her go.
Yeah, Molly's kind of running that 800-meter style where you're outside of lane 1, tempting them to pass you on the inside, but not quite letting you.
I mean, it's a good strategy. I mean, if you feel somebody coming up on you, like, okay, just got to push for a little bit until they give up, and Molly just keeps grinding it out.
She really does. Marielle seems to be having... She looks good, but definitely seems to be lacking a little bit of strength here. I mean, I think everyone is hurting at this point for sure. But Emily does look really good, and if she closes like she has closed in the past, we're gonna see a real battle this last 400 meters.
So 28:44 with 1K to go.
All right, so Marielle, I think she's trying to hang on, man. I think she's really trying to hang on. Hopefully she can maintain this spot, but if not, again, Kellen's only 12 seconds back, and we've seen some big blowups in these races.
16 seconds back now.
16 seconds back now, but there is a gap forming between Emily and Marielle Hall. So this is the race. This is now the race for first between Molly and Emily, and Marielle can she hold on? Can she hold on? There's 2 laps to go, a lot of race left.
Got Alicia Williams on the outside there getting lapped. Alphine Tuliamuk still in 5th. Laura Thweet's right behind her with Rochelle Canujo in 7th. Jordan Hesse is in 8th.
How about who was the last? Oh, they're going to update the rest of the splits.
Yeah,
I was going to say
that's
top 10.
with 800 to go. So top 10, we got Caitlin Gregg in
In
ninth,
ninth.
and then waiting on 10th to come through.
Yeah, but again, up front, all Molly, all day, just making everyone hurt, slowly grinding away the rest of this field, and she still looks good. Emily, tough runner, man, just hunched over, leaning forward, hanging on, and now we're about 500 meters to go.
Yeah, I think
and
Emily wants to be able to get that win.
yeah, I mean, but you also know Molly wants to probably atone for last year's.
That's true. They both have
missed
fantastic
medal.
pace.
Oh,
You just
man.
gotta see how this race has worn down on Molly, if at all.
Yeah, and she's gritting her teeth. She's got that pain face on, but she's ready to
No,
go.
That was a 71, way faster than the last.
And
few
she
laps.
is pulling away, man, but hasn't quite dropped Emily yet. Oh, no, I think Emily is done now. Molly's form and posture just looks so much better. The cadence is there.
That's how Emily looks, though. She does definitely reaches a little bit more when she's finishing
does
hard.
reach.
That's how she was looking when she passed Molly at the Worlds last year.
That's true. Molly was ahead by probably more than this at Worlds last year, and Emily made up the ground. But I really think Molly's not going to make the same
she's
mistake
not
again,
going to.
and she's going to close this race and get this championship if all goes
to go. 31:08.
So they are really flying here in these
Yeah.
conditions. This is
still going to be a sub 32 race. It's impressive in the heat.
yeah, extremely impressive, especially in the morning too. You know, an 11 a.m. race. That's just an awkward time, I think, for a distance race.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's all Molly all day today.
Yeah.
Proves she's undoubtedly the
Looks
best
like
10K runner.
Marielle Hall is still in third with Kellen chasing.
Yeah, and here comes Molly coming across the line. This has got to be a definitely sub 70 last lap.
68, yes.
68. Emily qualifies
Makes
for the
her first
Olympics.
Olympic team.
First
Marielle
team.
Hall going to be an Olympian, coming in third.
So yeah, incredible race by these ladies. Just one of pure attrition. Molly made it fast from the start, and Emily hung on. Marielle hung on. And let's see, we have fourth places here.
Yeah, Kellen Taylor comes in fourth. Just that very upsetting position.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely heartbreaking. But good spot to be in because you never know
Yeah,
between now
she's
and the
an alternate.
trials. It's an alternate, so...
She has the time. And then Laura Thweet, 32:26. Not sure if Liz Costello is accurate with her finish time there. But
There's some splits that are missing on hers.
Rochelle Canujo, she's 32:32
In seventh.
Alphine finishes 8th and 32:32 as well. Jordan Hussein 9th. Chelsea Blaze 10th, I believe.
So
Not too
Alphine
much
really kind of had a rough last couple miles there. Like we
Yes.
talked about, once you hit that upper temp limit, I'm telling you, it's not much you can do to rally. But hats off to her for sticking in that pack for so long because oh man, there are some athletes that
Emily
are
Sisson.
Emily
She's
Sisson
not
is-
looking
you can see again the heat.
finishing 11th from what it looks like.
Yeah, and that heat really just can do some damage. So hopefully these girls can cool down as quickly as possible. And also, the people watching, any athletes themselves, heat training is so important
Absolutely.
to prepare and for your own safety. I really believe athletes that don't are really susceptible to just getting too hot, and you can see some real bad heat exhaustion effects from that.
But you got to heat train smart. I've done it a couple
And done
times.
it smart, exactly.
Where
'cause-
I've dehydrated myself and ended up getting hurt. because
Yeah,
of it.
exactly. You can do too much. So really, there's a lot of research out there, I believe. I think it's typically best to do the easy workouts, kind of more heat acclimatizing, and
Easy
the hard,
runs, long runs, and then your hard efforts. Just make sure you
keep it cool, right? Yeah. So, but
Let the body breathe.
exactly. But yeah. Again, heat training is such a key facet to these races, especially with Rio coming up, and also frankly with climate change. We're
Yeah.
seeing hotter and hotter summers.
Every
And
race I've been to, like marathons, like track races, they've been odd weather, like hot or rainy, or it's something you got to prepare for.
prepare for. But I mean, yeah, I think this was a great trials in that respect,
Mhm.
in that it was a hot race,
Yes.
and it's going to prepare them for Rio.
Rio's going to be very hot, very humid.
They can definitely learn from what they did right, what they did wrong, how they felt during this race. maybe even compare notes with each other, their coaches, how they handled this.
Right.
But yeah, that's a really strong team. I mean, you have third and fourth place from Worlds last year returning. In Mariel Hall, who made the 5K team last year, I believe she also had some heat issues in Beijing. So I think she's definitely gonna clearly has prepared better this time around.
Yeah.
In being able to stick a third here. So Alex are getting smarter and everyone's preparing better, and I think I'm excited to see how they do, and excited for the games coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like they're showing some
Oh,
swimming
man.
events, probably getting Michael Phelps going right here.
And this has been really frustrating to me. And this is actually why I'm doing this live commentary, because we're tuning into this channel to watch track and field.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're here to watch the U.S. track and field trials, and there's so much stuff happening. There's field events now. They could be recapping the race. They can be doing so many things. But we're seeing a commercial from London 2012 of swimming. And it's just, I just don't understand the broadcasting choices. I don't understand, why not show London 2012 track highlights?
Yeah, you can show
You know what I
Galen
mean?
winning his.
Show Galen getting his silver medal. Show Leo winning his silver medal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But,
Anybody from like the sprint team or like the vaults or anything that performed well.
I know, but they're showing swimming, and it's just
Ashton Eaton setting a world record.
I really want to watch the swimming events and see if they're showing track streaming in the middle of those.
They
races.
have their dedicated hours as well, but I'm sure I don't know like how if they're cutting away to as many commercials. I mean, the races aren't as long as the 10K.
They do have the 1500 is about 15
okay.
minutes long, which I can see them pulling away from, but who knows? Yeah, so here they are interviewing Molly and Emily and Marielle. Molly looks good, man. She looks like the race didn't take too much out of her. She has been, I think, hands down the most dominant distance runner we've had for the last 5 years or so.
Yeah, just setting records, performing well at Worlds and Olympic Championships, and just dominating on the roads as well.
It's a shame that her and Shalane didn't sync up more in their careers. I mean, obviously on the roads they have a little bit of that back and forth. But when Shalane was on the track, and she was running similar times to Molly, and that would have been an absolutely incredible rivalry.
There was at 1 year they were going back and forth in the 5K American record.
That's right.
Emily and Shalane would set it by like half a second or a quarter second over each other, but it hasn't been as aggressively close together.
Yeah. Well, Shalane's not moving the marathons to the roads more, so might not see her as much. But Molly's going to be in the marathon this fall, so that's going to be exciting to see how she does, definitely.
Looks like they have the women's 800 lining up.
All right, so the semifinals. I heard there was some controversy about this because the first time they seeded the races, I believe the second heat was much, much stronger than the first.
Oh, yeah.
So they actually, I don't know who petitioned or what, but they definitely reseeded the heats. And I would say the second heat is still stronger, but it's I think not as bad as it was. And then considering that you can see the times and two people are qualifying on time, I think it'll make for a decently fair. Even though Heat 2 is stronger, they have the time advantage.
Right.
Of knowing the time.
They take top three from each heat. There's 2 semifinal heats, so top 3 get in automatic, and then they go 2 based off time.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never made it to a track final for the Olympic trials, so I can't say how I would run it, but I imagine if I were there, I'd try to run as hard as I could at every single round just to make sure I get in on that time entry if I don't.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, as I made the 15 finals, and I felt pretty comfortable in the semi. I wasn't going all out, but we also were nowhere near as deep as women's 800. Women's 800 in the U.S. is just ridiculous.
Every one of these girls has run under 203.
Yeah, and yesterday a lot of these girls ran 2 flat, 201, first round. So, okay, here we have first Ajay getting out pretty quick. No, is that Ajay? No, it's not Ajay.
Price, maybe?
Yes, Ajay's in front. Audrey's in front in the pink, but I can't tell who that is.
Could be
Olivia
Krishna
Baker? No, this is
Williams.
from Stanford. This is Olivia Baker from Stanford.
All right.
Taking control of this race. Chanel Price now taking
27.
over. 27 high. Ajay, right there on her heels. Kate Grace lurking a little bit further back there, but she's comfortable there. She
Cecilia
definitely.
Borowski, who kicked it in pretty hard yesterday as well to make the final from Princeton.
Yeah, and let's see. They're going to come through pretty quick here. I think they probably come through about 57, 58 seconds.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
see when
gonna
they
be
come by here, but
very fast.
Chanel looks controlled. Looks like she, has just decided to take control of this race and kind of like Molly, make everyone either hang on or fall off.
Ooh,
But now we have
58.1.
a Brooks runner making a really hard move.
Michaela
Fricker and Ajay covering her move, and Ajay's now making a big move. Ajay's now answering, but still not passing, just sitting on the shoulder.
Got a good group of 4 there with a couple strung out right behind.
Yeah, but it's Fricker, Ajay, Chanel. Chanel moving on the inside.
Christiana Williams.
Christiana Williams on the outside. Ajay just fighting. And Chanel right there as well.
Kate Grace
Kate
looking
Grace.
to put up in good position.
Yeah, Kate Grace now passing Michaela. Looks like Michaela might be done after that
It's
big move
129
early.
was a 31 for that 200.
And it's Ajay, Chanel, Christiana Williams, and Kate Grace hunting them down.
Number top 3 move on automatic.
Top 3 automatic, next 2 fastest. Olivia Baker is hanging on too, but Kate looks good.
Couple swing wide. Kate's still waiting to
Ajay,
make her
class
move.
of the field, winning this race handily.
Olivia Baker also trying to make a move up there.
And now it's a race for the top 3.
Chanel Price is fading pretty hard.
Chanel is fading. It looks like it's Ajay, Kate, and Christiana Williams.
Ooh, looks like Olivia got 4th.
Olivia got 4th, and it looks like Chanel's going to be
Waiting. She's
waiting
at last,
on the bubble.
201.94 is the bubble.
All
for
right,
Chanel
so
Price.
that was an incredibly exciting race. Lots of moves being made. These girls know how competitive and how deep these fields are, and they don't want to be left home. They don't want to go home thinking, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. And even Michaela came back from last, and she said, you know what, I'm not going to be in last. I'm going to make a move. I'm going to make a statement.
Mm-hmm.
And she went from last to first in 100 meters.
That was a very quick start to that race, though. They were out in 27.5.
Yeah, and 58 low for that first quarter. Man, just, again, U.S. women's, you have 5 girls there, 100 meters to go, all together. Again, Ajay's class of the field, but everyone is just right there. Kate Grace continuing her stellar season. She's been winning everything, or if not, running really fast in all sorts of conditions. Hot, cold, rainy, sunny. But yeah, the 3 auto qualifiers: Ajay Wilson 2 flat 0.8, Kate Grace 2 flat 0.9, Christiana Williams 201.29, Olivia Baker 201.87, Chanel 201.94. So that's going to be tough, man, to hold on to those time qualifiers, because when you have Alicia in a race, when you have Molly Ludlow in a race, they like to take it out hard, especially Alicia. We know her. Yesterday, she took it out in 27 and I believe 57 for the first quarter. So, yeah.
As an observer for pretty much every single trials, I've never been to one, I always look at the men's races in particular and think that one of these guys are running tactical because they think they have the fastest kick. And they hit 800 and 1500, even sometimes the 5K. But you watch these women's races and they are aggressive. They like running hard from the start.
Mm-hmm. They do. Very few. You very rarely see a big negative split in the women's 800. Although yesterday Ajay did have a bit of a negative split. She took it out fast, slowed it down to control the race. But yeah, typically we do see them get out hard. But yeah, so in this next heat, do we have the start list here?
Yes, we do.
This next heat, we have Alicia Williams, Kendra Chambers, Brenda Martinez, Raven Rogers, Molly Ludlow, Alicia Montano, Phoebe Wright, and Anima Banks. Yesterday, Molly looked incredible. She really in control, very smooth. Alicia looked a little rusty, but she also is one that doesn't race a lot. She just prepares big time for these very few key races, and I could definitely see her getting better through the rounds.
Yeah, Brenda Martinez was looking nice and strong as usual.
Exactly.
Raven Rogers barely made it in. I think she was the last qualifier on time.
Mm-hmm.
But she's always very strong.
And Kendra Chambers was also another one that qualified on time. A part of that Texas group with Laura Raisler and Dana Meck. And she's been kind of in the background, not really, kind of overshadowed a little bit by her teammates, but she really put it together this year and made it to the semis. So, I personally think that the three autos are going to go to Alicia, Brenda, and Molly. And from there,
I think Phoebe might actually sneak into that top three.
you think so? Who do you think she's going to take?
She's a nice veteran. I'm not as sold on Molly. Like she
Really?
does look strong when she's
Oh,
running,
man.
but I'm not as sold on her.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think Molly's looks. I mean, she was 4th place in 2012,
Right.
so she is running with like major determination this year.
I mean, Molly, she is a veteran as well. I mean,
Yeah.
her and Phoebe have clashed many times.
Exactly. That's Alicia Montano, flower in her hair, classic signature fashion choice. Yeah, Brenda, global medalist, has that strength from altitude.
Mm-hmm.
She is probably the one. I mean, as we've seen over the years, really just handles the rounds very well.
Yeah.
Uh,
After college, like she really just figured it out. She found out what did work for her. She didn't have a great NCAAs her last
Mhm.
year of college because she couldn't get her mind around all the rounds, going to 800, 1500, and every
That's
single
right.
round going in. But ever since then, like once she got into the global level, she's been very dominant.
Yeah. So, okay, we have Raven Rogers here, who, 2-time NCAA champion, new athlete on the scene.
She dominated when she
professionally.
won last year at
Yeah.
NCAAs. That was a brilliant race to watch.
Yeah, so here we go. The gun is up. Women are on. Race is off. They're getting out. Alicia's already out, making up the
Mhm.
stagger on Phoebe already. Molly going with her.
Yeah, Molly's right there,
and
Raven's
also
right there.
Raven. Raven is also going with them, not making up too much.
Brenda's all the way in back.
Yep, Brenda's
Being
in
a little more
back.
conservative.
Pretty par for the course here. Looks like Raven is challenging to get up there. Kendra is right behind Raven, but Alicia making that really smart, gradual move to turn. Too many people kind of
Straight
cut.
lines,
Yeah, and that was about 28 low, I believe.
26, a bit slower than the
28.6. Wow. So a little slower than we expected, but Alicia, maybe she's learning from past years where she went out, really, really fast and had too much of a change of a pace.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she figures that if she's going to win these races with everyone sitting on her, she has to save herself a little bit more too.
She definitely has to have it that last 150 meters.
Because with all these girls on you, it's just, again, the depth is so great that it's going to be hard to drop them. But they came through 58-11 through the quarter. It's Alicia, Molly, Raven, Phoebe, Brenda, Kendra, and
Alicia,
Alicia,
and then Amima.
Amima, yeah.
Anima, sorry.
Emma, sorry.
Anima.
Anima Banks, sorry. But okay, so Alicia, looks like she's fading a little bit. Molly's taken over. Alicia doesn't look great, but she never does the third 200. Brenda's moving up. Raven's moving up. Phoebe's kind of stuck on the inside there. Oh, but Alicia moved out. She moved out.
This is definitely faster through that split than the last race.
Yeah, and Brenda is pulling away, and Molly's right there. Alicia is right there. Raven is hanging on to 4th, and looks like Kendra Chambers is making some pretty big move back there. She knows she needs to get that top 5 in order to get that time qualifier,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Brenda, Molly, Alicia. Alicia looking back, trying to save a little bit.
Raven Rogers in 4th.
And looks like that's Kendra in 5th, but Brenda's going to win this in 1:59.
Ooh, that's fast.
Super quick semifinal.
Molly 1:59 as well. Alicia 2:02. Raven Rogers in 4th 2:06. Looks like that will get an auto.
Yeah, and Phoebe was 5th, correct?
Phoebe was 5th, 2:01:39. Looks like she'll get the other auto.
Wow, so Phoebe and Kendra Chambers, correct?
Kendra Chambers, no, she got passed, so Kendra will be the first woman out. Because
of Raven. That's right. So,
Raven and Phoebe.
like we expected, the 2-time qualifiers did come from this heat. That's going to be Raven and you said Phoebe, right?
Yeah.
So
Olivia Baker and Chanel Price are both out from the first heat.
yeah, so that's tough thing to deal with. That's the disadvantage you have when it comes to being in the first heat. You hope that it goes fast, but second heat always has that advantage. They can see what they run and adjust accordingly. But today I don't even think they were really worrying about the time. They're out there racing.
Yeah.
So
I want to suspect that even the warmer weather, it doesn't have that adverse of effect on the 800 meters.
You know, actually, I prefer
two.
it.
Yeah.
I think hot weather for the 800. Granted, it's not like above 95 degrees.
Right.
I think actually helps the 800.
I think it's better for a lot of sprinters as well. I mean, they get the
Yeah.
muscles a lot more loose.
You feel a big difference in terms of your range of motion. I actually think it's a reason why a lot of the U.S. pros in the 800 this year did not run the Olympic Games standard, and because Oxy was cold,
right.
Adrian Martinez was cold. A lot of the meets just had, Stumptown,
Right.
pouring
Very
rain,
cold.
and you're not going to be able to run fast in those conditions, unless again, you have a really good warm-up situation, you have an indoor warm-up facility. Some of these Diamond League meets, they do have that, so you can kind of stay warm in between, before your race, after your race. So, yeah, we saw a lot of athletes not quite run to the potential this year. I think a big part of that was the weather. But, yeah, so the final tomorrow is going to be...
no, it's going to be on Monday, I thought.
Oh, sorry, on Monday. You have a day of rest for them, that's true. But the final is going to be... 1 second here. Brenda, Molly, Alicia, Raven Rogers, Ajay Wilson, Kate Grace, Krishna Williams, Phoebe Wright. Those are your top 8. And yeah, that's going to be a really, really interesting final. So many different styles. You have Kate coming from the back. You have Ajay that can go from anywhere, it seems like. Alicia and Molly, who like to get out hard. So, yeah, it's just going to be an incredible, incredible final. And just like the 10K, whoever we send in this team are medal favorites.
Yes,
they are absolute
absolutely.
medal favorites. And it's going to be super exciting. Okay, so next up in the men's 800.
First heat.
First heat, the men's 8 is Abraham Alvarado from Cal State Stanislaus, Brandon Kidder from Brooks, Boris Berrien of New Balance, Eric Sawinski of Nike, Idose Ibedin, unattached, Isaiah Harris from Penn State, Haroon Abda from Nike OTC, and Kaz Loxam from Brooks Beast TC. And
So a lot of fast guys.
a lot of fast guys, same qualifying procedure, top 3 from each heat, next 2 fastest. We're going to see Boris take it out. That's what he does, his MO, that's where he feels the strongest.
Front run. It's very common in the 800 to see some of these global leaders just take it from the gun.
Very true, very true. It's very difficult to do, but yeah, it seems like a lot of guys. That's what they're. That's how you win medals.
Yeah.
Although we have seen guys like Nick Simmons snag a silver medal from the back, so it seems if you want to win gold, you gotta lead from the front, but you can still get that hardware from another position. But yeah, I think it's gonna be Boris. He's going to take it out. Eric Sawinski, a lot of people don't know, he has crazy fast foot speed.
Yes.
I think he's split 45 in the quarter, if not 44 on a relay. He's insanely fast. So whatever Boris does, you're going to see Eric right on his back. And I think, let's see who else. Kaz yesterday surprised me. He's one to kind of get out hard and hang on.
Yeah, but he waited very late and barely
very
made it in.
late, very, very late. And that could be a little bit of that first round. You don't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
And
He did get himself boxed in that last 200, so he had to
Exactly.
make his way around a lot of the guys.
But it seems like he took some tips from Nick Simmons, learned how to control yourself and stay patient, and was able to pull out that qualifying spot.
But a lot of the qualifying heats, they came down to the hundredths of seconds
Hundreds
to make it
and
in.
thousands.
Yes.
Dwayne Solomon, I didn't actually see his race live, but when I watched the replay, I had no idea it was that close. So, again, depth of the men's 800 is incredible. Yeah,
Yes.
I think yesterday, if you follow the Instagram account, I think it's 007 Track Fan, he had some incredible photographs of the finishes of all those heats. And it was like 5 or 6 guys in every single picture, like abreast, just on the line. So really, really deep fields here. But also in the semis, we're going to see some guys that are tired. We're going to see some college kids
Yeah.
that may be a little burnt out from the long
Very long
season.
had to go through all the rounds at NCAAs as well.
So we may see the pros kind of pull away here a little bit. So yeah, let's see what happens. It's going to be an exciting one, and Let's see here. Let's see if any comments on. Oh, it's nice work, guys. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
All
Thanks for
right.
the feedback, guys.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback.
Let us know if there's anything more that we can do to
Yeah.
help you watch this better.
All right, so they're on the line. Showing Boris. Yesterday, funnily enough, it seemed like whoever they focused the camera on
Oh,
for
yeah.
too long, it was like the camera, the camera of death. Yeah, it just jinxed everybody.
Yes.
So hopefully Boris here won't get that same treatment. But
on the line now.
on the line, guns up, and they're off. Boris, no, it's not Boris getting out.
Kaz looks like, Boris is in lane 3. He's out.
Oh yeah, Boris is
Making
out.
his dagger
Yep.
on Swinski already.
Yep, but Eric's gonna get right on him.
Yeah,
Kaz
Kaz on the
also is
outside.
out. Doesn't want to have what happened yesterday happen again.
Abda's in 4th.
Armbas in 4th, and they're gonna come through. Looks like pretty quick through 200 here. 24 mid.
4-4-4.
24:44. So they are on a screaming pace here. Eric's right on
Harris is in
him.
there. Ido Saban.
Yeah, so we have
It's
Boris
strung out a lot.
creating a bit of a gap here. I think he came through about 36 seconds through 300. So
Wow.
he is really just motoring away. Hopefully it won't cost him because I mean that's a fast pace to get out in. He's getting out in 49.7.
That's fast. I think
Super fast.
that's about the pace that
This-
the world record was set at. Right?
Yeah, I believe so. And this is about what he did, the same thing at World Indoors this year for his gold medal. But it's just a semi, and but he doesn't want to take any chances. We have Eric Sawinski closing the gap a little bit.
Swinski locks him.
Locks right there.
Abda still in 4th, and Isaiah Harris 5th.
Yeah, so Abda, Isaiah Harris. Looks like Brandon Kidder.
He's moving up slightly
Alvar-
past Alvarado.
Yeah, but it's all Boris today. Eric is in second.
600 and 116. That was a 26.
Isaiah Harris is right there, man.
He's got a good kick.
He does, but it's still Boris, Eric, Kaz, Abda, and Abda and Isaiah Harris are fighting it out this last 50 meters.
Ooh, this last 50 looks like it's slow motion.
Oh yeah, seriously, but it's Boris. Oh man, I don't know. Did
Oh.
Isaiah Harris get Kaz?
Looks like he missed it.
Oh man,
so
but
he's
he
gonna have to wait and see on time.
gave it everything he had there. Super fast semifinal. 145,
72.
72 for Boris. 145, 82 for Eric. Kaz 145.9. Isaiah Harris 145.95. Haroon Abda 146.28. So Haroon is a bubble time 146.28. We'll see if that's going to be good enough. It may be, very well be. Isaiah Harris is a bit of a better shot, being sub 146. But yeah, incredible showing by Boris. He is just looking super strong, and is going to be a real threat in this final.
And if you guys are wondering, 6 was Idos
Ibadin,
146.7, and then
Se-
7th was Abraham Alvarado, 148.41, and then Brandon Kidder comes in 8th, 148.76.
Yeah, so like we said, some of these college guys just maybe a bit tired from all that long year of racing. But let's move on to Heat 2. Heat 2, do we have the start list?
Right.
Yeah, no worries.
They're not showing.
Go down. There
Okay,
you go.
so those guys will be Heat 2.
Yeah, so Heat 2 is going to be Craig Engels,
Ole
Joseph
Miss.
White. Yeah, Craig Engels of Ole Miss, Joseph White of Georgetown, Drew Windle of Brooks, Shaquille Walker of Brooks, Brandon Johnson of Nike, Clayton Murphy of Nike, Nick Hartle unattached, but I believe he was running on UCLA thing.
Yeah,
right?
he used UCLA all
Yeah,
year.
Charles Jock, Nike OTC.
Brooks actually has a lot of qualifiers into this semifinal. I think
Yeah.
they had 2 in the first heat, 2 in this heat.
They did. They definitely are. That seems to be their new MO. These men 800-meter runners.
Yeah. I mean, Nike does have 4 on its own as well.
Yeah, very true. But we'll see how this shakes out. Drew Windle has been looking incredible all year. Just winning races, having a really strong last 100. Looked very in control yesterday, as well as Clayton Murphy. Clayton Murphy, granted, it was off of a slow pace, so he was in the heat where Donovan Brazier was leading,
Right.
and they went through 54, I believe, for the first quarter.
Oh, yeah, very
And so that plays,
tactical.
very tactical. That plays 100% into the hands of a guy like Clayton Murphy, who is a mid-distance, like 15 guy.
Mhm. definitely have a stronger finish.
Exactly. And I remember watching the race thinking, like, man, Brandon Johnson didn't look great out there. But, in talking about it with another friend, another intermediate runner, Leah Wallace, she mentioned and kind of brought up the fact that, yeah, he's a 4.8 guy. I mean, he's really a 400 hurdler, really, And so for him, a negative split is pretty difficult. So he'd be much better served in a race like Boris's, where you can just kind of sit behind and use that kind of grinding speed endurance to hold on.
Right.
But being in the second heat, I think we're going to see these guys get after it because they want to get that time qualifier. So I think we're going to see this go a little bit faster.
Who do you think would be up there to take it? Brandon himself?
Brandon or Charles? Charles has to get out.
Yeah, Charles did. That was his MO all through college.
Exactly.
He set the pace.
Exactly. He's not quite as aggressive as he used to be, but I think he's really going to get after it today. He barely made it yesterday, I believe. I think he was one of the. If he was.
I think it
Was
came
he a
down to
time
1,000.
qualifier?
He's the one that knocked Dwayne Solomon out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he
that's
got
right.
the third position over Dwayne by less than 100th.
Yeah. So it's going to be a great race. Clayton Murphy again, 15 NCAA champion. Wanted from the 15, it seemed like at the trials, but just didn't get the standard in time. But yeah, I mean, through the rounds, he's gonna have that advantage because he has a little bit of that strength. And again, looked really in control yesterday. Shaquille Walker. I don't know much about him, to be honest.
BYU from college.
From BYU, third at NCAA indoors and outdoor champs. So he's one of those new up and comer guys. We may be seeing a little bit of change with guard. You have guys like Dwayne not making it. You have guys like.
The entire Olympic team is going to be.
That's
from
right.
2012
That's
already.
right. Dwayne, Nick, and I forgot who was third.
It was old man. Was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm blanking.
I'm blanking too. But
Race is
they're off. Race is off. Charles is getting out. Brandon's getting out. Shaquille is also out. We'll see who fights for this pole position here. But it looks like Brandon's taking control. Brandon's coach is Joaquim Cruz, who is also a very famous front runner. And he really instills in his athletes, run without fear, run hard.
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing that today with Brandon, really just taking that to heart. And he wants to have control of this race,
Came through at 24:97, so definitely quick.
Definitely quick, not as fast as yesterday. He's getting a little bit more controlled. Shaquille Walker right on his inside, not giving up anything.
Charles Jock there, and Craig Engels from Ole Miss in third, fourth.
And Clayton Murphy sitting in fifth, looking really, really comfortable.
Yeah.
Hardle in back looking,
51:39, so this is very easy for
yeah,
these guys.
51:39. I think this is actually a smarter race. I think we might see some 145s, 144s out of this because, again, going out in 49 and 50 flat, that is hard to come back
Drew
from.
Window is actually a few meters off the pack. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I
he's
mean,
struggling right now through the rounds.
yeah, we'll see. But again, it's all Brandon Johnson here, looking really strong, taking control, coming through in 119 for 600. Shaquille Walker right on his outside, Charles Jock on his outside, and Clayton Murphy is just waiting. I think he's going to win this. Oh no, and we've missed
lost
our
the feed.
We've lost the feed. Don't know if this is a result of if it's our internet or if it is the actual feed itself.
But we're going to miss this.
We might be missing the finish here.
But we do have the results coming up live. So Clayton Murphy takes the win.
146.97. Brandon Johnson was second, 147.02.
Very close.
Charles Jock in third, 147.35. Those are your top three auto qualifiers. And because it wasn't a fast race, there will be no time qualifiers from this one. And the dreaded fourth spot that didn't qualify in was Shaquille Walker, 147.9, Nick Hartle, 149.5, Craig Engels, 155.4, and let's see, Drew Windle, 155.7. So
Joseph White didn't finish.
Joseph White DNF'd. So these rounds, man, it is very tough. But here we had the finish here, replay. Brandon had control the whole way. Oh no, someone went down. That's what we missed.
Dang.
So Clayton had the strong last 50, but it looks like that was.
Looks like Craig was trying to come back
Craig
on the
Engels.
inside, and he tripped up Shaquille Walker.
Well, I don't know if he tripped up or if he just tripped over himself.
It
Because
looked
that happens sometimes.
It looked like he hit Shaquille's heel.
Okay,
on
yeah.
Shaquille's backstride.
Yeah, I mean.
So that might have cost Shaquille.
Maybe, but it looks like Jock. I mean, Jock looks pretty strong that last
Yeah,
50.
yeah.
I'm not sure if they were going to catch him.
I mean, it was only half a second separating them, so you
Yeah.
never really know.
Yeah. But man, what a bummer for Craig Engels. I couldn't really tell from the race how he was finishing, if he was really making up ground or not.
You're right, we didn't really get to see that, but yesterday he closed ground a lot on those guys in the last 50 meters.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what's next on the schedule here? I believe it's more qualifying heats.
So
Women's 100 first round, decathlon's going on, men's jab, etc. I think we're going to call the coverage or stop the broadcast for today with this right now.
Just to reiterate, I'm not sure if we did say it, but Isaiah Harris and Haroon
Abda
moved into the final.
Exactly, from that first heat, they were 4th and 5th, and as a result of that fast pace set by Boris, they were able to qualify in on time. So, you want to have some predictions for Monday about who's making the team in the 8 women, 8 men?
8 women, 8 men. Okay, I'll say. Let's see. Going through this list, I'd say Boris, Clayton, and Sawinski.
All right. Yeah, it's very very strong list. Boris is looking good, looking great. God, that 49 first lap though. That I gotta imagine it's gonna take it out of you a little bit.
Yeah.
I said this in the past, but I have doubted Boris in the past. I thought at indoors he went too hard too early, wouldn't be able to hang on. And I thought, especially with the rounds, being a little bit less experienced with these, continuous races, it may affect him a little bit. But he got the gold indoors, and maybe I think he's had some adjustments. He has obviously extremely smart coach, and I think he
trains with the same group as Brenda Martinez.
Yeah.
So she's figured it out, and hopefully he's going to be able to figure it out as well.
Exactly. So I have to agree. I think Boris is making this. I think the second person that looks really good is Clayton Murphy. He just seems to have an insanely strong last 50, last 100. We haven't really seen him in these trials compete off of a really fast pace. So it'll be interesting to see how he handles Boris's, fast 400 he's going to get out in.
Yeah. Well, he's been lucky enough to qualify off the easier heats. So he definitely is going to be a lot fresher.
He might be more fresh, definitely. And you have Eric, you have Kaz, Brandon Johnson. I think it's between. Oh man, Eric. Eric looks so good. Brandon looked good there too, though.
Yeah.
So.
And Charles Jockey, he's made a world team himself as well. So
he has. He definitely
has. He's close, strong.
And we can't really tell. I was not interviewing them, so we don't know. Maybe Charles was really relaxed that last 50 and was looking at the screen and conserving.
Right.
But I think definitely Boris. I think definitely Clayton, and then from there, it's a toss-up between Brandon, Kaz, and Eric, and it's so hard for me to choose. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Eric. I think Eric has been running great all year, and I think he just gets so laser focused, man.
Yeah. He has the experience in these rounds as well, and he made the world indoor team as well, right behind Boris. So he's just been fortunate enough to tuck into him every single race.
Exactly. So, yep, we'll see what happens. Women's 800. Let's see about that. All right, so we're gonna have Brenda, Molly, Alicia. We recapped this already, but who do you think is gonna be top 3?
Aji Williams.
Aji Wilson.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I believe that she should win. After that, everybody's kind of like so close. Alicia might take it out hard, but Aji will be right there to respond. Brenda is not going to let them go. Neither will Kate Grace. Kate Grace is usually wasted on her kick. The last 250 to 150. Phoebe Wright got in on time, but I'm not sure if she's going to be able to
quite strong enough to
handle a fast race.
Yeah, but
and then there's Molly and Raven.
I think we're gonna see Brenda, Molly, Alicia, Ajay, and Kate. I think those 5 athletes are going to be on the line diving. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be just a complete toss between those 5 women. Any one of them are good enough to make the team here to win the race, really. But yeah, it's going to be an incredible race on Monday. We're very lucky to be able to watch this. Just some really honest, hard racing. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our commentary. It's our first time doing this, my first time doing a live stream. And yeah, have a great day.
Some more races.
We'll be back for maybe later on tomorrow. We'll see if we can improve on this. Let us know how we can improve too. If we're being a little bit too formal, or if you want us to maybe just sit back and relax more. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for tuning in.